Hello, welcome, willkommen, bienvenue, or bienvenidas to the virtual launch event for the new livery of the Mercedes-Benz EQ Silver Arrow 02. My name is Patrice Bouidi-Bela, and I take you with me to learn everything about the Mercedes-Benz EQ Formula E team, their ambition for Season 7, and of course the presentation of the new Mercedes-Benz EQ Silver Arrow 02. But first, let's have a look back at Season 6.
And the first race of Season 6 of Formula E about to get going. We go green in Diriyah, we go green in Marrakesh, and we go green in Mexico City. It's a good start from Van Dorn. Nick de Vries is with him. The outside is in the wall. Van Dorn covers the inside, and he's going up the inside of Sims. They make contact. Van Dorn is in the lead now. What happened here? Oh, it's the marble. The championship leader is not going to score points. Oh, Robin Fry's caught out of nowhere.
It won't stop.
On the final lap. One of the most dominant races in the history of the championship.
It was the first season for the team. Naturally, it was tough. Nevertheless, the team finished strong. So let's head inside and find out more about Season 7. Although, as we're right in the middle of a pandemic, safety first. That means that all the guests that I will be talking to will remain within their bubbles in order to minimize the risk of infections. First, we meet Bettina Fetzer, Head of Marketing at Mercedes-Benz. Hello, Bettina.
Hi, Patrice. Have a seat. Join me.
Thank you. Thank you. Just wanted to make sure, both of us, we're from Germany, right? Mm-hmm. You're from Bavaria, I'm from Berlin, so the dialect difference will be a bit tricky, so we stay with English?
Totally fine.
Awesome. Well, Bettina, we just saw a recap of Season 6, and the team finished third in the Constructors' Championship. I mean, that sounds quite good for a rookie year.
Oh, it's a fantastic result, and it was really beautiful to see how passionate the whole team and the drivers embraced our electric vehicles and put them on the track. And it is really that passion and that inner drive that is inherent for Mercedes-Benz, and this is what makes us come up with new innovations day by day, and it was what made the teams and the drivers really perform better and faster after each and every race.
One unique thing about Formula E is the fact that they're held within the cities itself, all over the world, on the street circuit. I mean, this seems to be also like the perfect stage for your message.
Definitely. Have you been to one?
Yes, several times. Also, like from Berlin. I mean, I understand Berlin was quite good for you guys as well.
Yeah. I mean, you're totally right. It's the perfect stage. And if you go there, it's really a whole day of excitement. And you go there with your family and you have drinks and food and entertainment and the excitement of the race. And it's a very inspiring and different way to really get involved with the future of mobility, and therefore it is not just an electric race, it is really so much more. And the same is for our EQ brand. Our EQ brand is not a brand just on electric drive, it's on progressive luxury. It's really about thinking the world beyond tomorrow.
But talking about the world tomorrow, because Formula E is not only about racing electric cars, but it's also about sustainability, also a big topic for Mercedes-Benz.
Correct. Both Formula E and ourselves, we're really passionate on that topic, and we're both working hard on reducing our footprint that we leave on planet Earth. So for Mercedes-Benz, we call our ambition the Ambition 2039. It's a holistically approach. And it really goes from making our production plants for the cars carbon neutral, but it goes all the way to put an all-new car fleet on the street that is carbon neutral by the year 2039. And you will see a very cool car actually out of that fleet next year with the EQS. It's a luxury sedan that will be absolutely progressive luxury and think the world beyond. So stay tuned, it will definitely make an appearance in the Formula E circuit.
Well, one thing that I already know, progressive luxury, I understand that the EQS will have a cup holder, not so the Silver Arrow 02, right?
It will have one or two, yeah.
So let me have a final zip. Thank you so much for the information. And I'm going to be off just to meet Ian James and Jamie Regal. From what Bettina just told me, I pretty much got a good picture why Mercedes-Benz is so involved into Formula E. Apart from having competitive drivers and a successful team, Mercedes-Benz also wants to promote CO2 neutral mobility. Oh, look, there's the Silver Arrow. But you know what? We'll get back to this in just a moment. Before that, I would like to talk to the team principal, Ian James, and the Formula E CEO, Jamie Regal, about the upcoming season. And here we are. Hi, Ian. Hi, Jamie. Nice to meet you.
Patrice, hi, how are you doing? And a warm welcome from a socially distant studio here in Brackley.
Good to see you, Patrice.
How did you witness season 6?
Yeah, I think looking back at the beginning of season 6, we knew it was going to be a huge challenge. I said that on many occasions, and it proved very much to be the case. It was a steep learning curve for us, but after a very strong start, certainly for a rookie team, we had some challenges through the way, which were, I suppose, to be expected. A lot of learning that went on, but we managed to finish the season very much on a high, and that's given us a great springboard as we go into season 7.
I think from our perspective, look, clearly the big theme was all about COVID, which disrupted things pretty materially. On the other hand, if we ladder back to the beginning of the season, we had Mercedes joining as a new team, raising the standard for the entire championship. And I think we have to build on those successes and look forward to next year. And there is one more trophy that belongs up here. Stoffel won the inaugural esports series race at home.
But as you just mentioned, something like the pandemic and the halt that the COVID caused, isn't that something that you would consider more of a benefit to work on things, or was it more of an issue just not being able to race at all?
I think that all credit to FIA and the FIA for getting season 6 back underway as they did. From a team's perspective, we were actually able to repurpose our engineering talent that we've got, and it was great to have them involved in Project Pit Lane, which effectively developed and manufactured these breathing apparatus equipment for the NHS. So that was a great way to, I suppose, spend a very strange and unusual time.
Yeah, I mean, from our perspective, look, huge disruption and massive challenge. So for me, clearly, we would much rather be racing, but on the other hand, what it did is it really brought our ecosystem together, all the teams and the championship and the FIA working together to try to figure out how can we innovate and how can we be adaptable and deliver our product, which we did in Berlin through 6 races in 9 days. So, we were forced to innovate, and we achieved things nicely together.
I mean, what we're going for is season 7. Mercedes-Benz finished up quite strong, I'd say, podium 1 and 2. For yourself, season 7 is going to be just as the finish of season 6?
Just take a look at Berlin, look at that last race. We achieved a phenomenal result, having our first win, and above all, our first 1-2. But had we not achieved that, had the race gone differently, the outcome would have been at the other end of the scale. It doesn't even bear thinking about. So, and that's really, I think, the beauty of Formula E as a series is just so unpredictable. What we need to do, as I've said many times before, is control the controllable and make sure that we put ourselves in the best position possible to take advantage of any opportunities.
Jamie, maybe you could also tell us something about the season 7, because pretty much you will also start it the way that you ended it, double headers.
Well, that's right. I mean, season 7 is massive for us. It's a new year, clearly. We're going to be building on the success of season 6, but ultimately what's been the big change for us is we're a world championship. The FIA has conferred that status on us. That is a massive raising of the expectations in terms of what we have to deliver as a championship. And so we're going to start in January in Santiago as planned, but we decided to do is add 2 races to really ratchet up the excitement and the intensity of the weekend. And that has big implications for how we prepare, for the teams, for the drivers. It's a much different challenge than a single header. And what it does is it really puts us on the map at the beginning of the season.
That double header in Santiago at the beginning means that we need to hit the ground running, because if you don't do that, if you have the errors that we've seen before, then you're going to struggle to catch up as the season progresses. So it's all to play for. It's exciting because it's the start of a new season. We've kind of got our eye on a little bit because we've had the experience of season 6.
Sustainability seems to become an even more important issue, and this seems to be like a dream match that you have.
Yeah, from the championships perspective, Formula E is distinct, right? We were the first motorsport and the only motorsport founded with purpose, right? So we were started from the very beginning with the goal of accelerating the adoption of electric vehicles. What it takes for us, of course, is to have manufacturers like Mercedes involved, buying into that project, and we have to invest a lot of effort and resource to make sure that we stay true to our principles. We announced recently that we're the first sport ever to be net zero carbon, which is a huge achievement. And so we feel like we're trying to continue to set the standard in terms of sustainability, not just in motorsport, but in sport more broadly.
I think that Formula E has proven the point that that it's not enough just to use sustainability as a buzzword. You've got to walk the talk. You've actually got to realise the measures that you put in place to really take steps forward in everything that sustainability stands for. And certainly for Mercedes-Benz, that's a key reason for us being engaged in the sport. It's something that reflects on what we're doing as an organisation with Daimler's Ambition 2039, and it's something that we as a team feel personally responsible for as well. So it's something that we're very much going to be pushing forward over the coming years.
So Jamie, Ian, thank you so much for your time, and a successful season 7 to both of you.
Patrice, thank you.
Thanks, Patrice. Take care.
Next up, I would like to introduce to you now the drivers, and I'm sure they're definitely no strangers to you.
Yeah, go.
I think for the drivers in Formula E, it goes without saying you've got to be bloody quick.
I drive Formula E for fun. Some call it a job, but yeah, for me it's my passion.
My job is fun, driving Formula E cars. It's true.
I'm not that much into Batman movies, but the cars in Formula E definitely look very futuristic. And the way it drives is very different to any other form of motorsports.
We've always used motorsport as a test bed for new technologies and things that we can transition into road cars. What goes along with that, though, is the fact that today it's not just about transitioning from the track to the road, but also the other way around as well.
And this is what a championship is all about. It's about the future, electrification, and it's great to be part of that development at this stage.
All right.
And here they are. Send it. Welcome, guys. How you doing? What? So how much fun was season?
We'll show you how to send it.
Oh, yeah, please. Yeah. But afterwards, because now we have to talk a bit about your season 6. How much fun was it?
Yeah, season 6 was obviously the first year as Mercedes joining the series. New team as well with Nick joining alongside me. And I think we had a pretty successful first year. Some ups and downs. It started quite well in Saudi with a double podium. We had a little bit of ups and downs after that. Always some good performances, but never quite in the mix for a victory. But yeah, then came Berlin, the final race. Everything came into play, and yeah, we had the first pole position for the team, first victory for me as well, and you know what made it complete was Nick finishing second in that race as well, and yeah, managed to get third in the team championship and myself second in the driver championship. So we've got something to look forward to in season 7.
Well, so pretty much it was not a surprise that you continue to be part of this team, wasn't it?
I hope not. And well, Stoff and I know each other from a long way back. We actually we haven't raced against each other in karting, but we came from the same kind of generation, so we kind of grew up together throughout our career. So it's really nice to actually race and share a team with Stoffel. And yeah, I think as Stoffel already mentioned and touched base on, we had a good, successful first season together as a team. Obviously want to take it to the next step and level in season 7, so hopefully we can start to fight for titles.
So what about the pressure for season 7? I mean, now that you finished so strong season 6, people would expect the very same now during the entire season 7. So what are your thoughts on that, your approach?
Well, I think that is very natural. Obviously you always want to aim higher and increase your target and ambitions. But I think we have to take the same humble approach as we did in season 6, and appreciate the competition and the difficulties the championship brings with it as well. But obviously we will be fighting hard to take it to the next step and fight for the win.
Well, the next step will definitely be the revealing of the new Silver Arrow 02. So are you just as excited?
Of course, we're always excited. It's a new car you're going to drive for the whole of next year, and it's always a special moment to see it for the first time. So let's go have a look.
Ian, great job. Looks great. So what is it that we need to know about this car?
Yeah, so obviously the shape of the car remains unchanged. So where the real difference comes is everything that happens underneath the back end of the car. So we've got a complete new powertrain. It's going to be an evolution from last season. So with all the data we've been able to gather, the team has hopefully given us a little bit more power, a bit more efficiency. And hopefully we'll be able to use that next season, and that's going to power us to the front.
Well, obviously the livery is very similar to season 6. However, you do see bigger stars on the back of the car, which to me kind of represents bigger ambitions, more recognition, no fading on the blue line anymore, and we are welcoming a new partner, Modest. So subtle difference, but I think it looks great.
Hopefully she's going to be fast. And we can bring her up to the podium. This is definitely the target.
We just are looking forward to see you guys performing with this one next season. Thank you so much for the livery, for that matter. Good luck for the next season. And ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our stream for the new Mercedes-Benz EQ Silver Arrow 02. The new season will kick off in January in Chile for round 1 of the ABB FIA Formula E World Championship. Thanks for watching. Stay healthy. Thank you guys. Good luck.